Hey guys, welcome to the Rubik's Research Lab. In today's video, I'll be taking through an important thing in the Rubik's, in the cubing world. It's called being color neutral. So that's what we'll be discussing about today. First question, what is color neutral? Color neutral means basically you have no base color. Now, base color equal to, for me, my base color is white. So meaning if I solve the fastest on my white and I'm comfortable on my white side. I'm not that comfortable on my blue or red, so my times will go up. So that's what is called a base color. Now if you're color neutral, you don't have something called a base color. So there are different ways to get into this. I was partially color neutral in the middle, but then since the competition was coming up, the latest one, the Pantheon Cube Open, I decided I'll get back to white and I became normal again. So from what I practiced, if you want to be color neutral, you just have to solve on any given side randomly and just keep solving. Okay, so that's the main way you can stop being comfortable on one side, in my case the white. So anyways, talking about color neutral, is it really efficient? Is it really that important for 3x3s? Well, unless you're like sub 10, I don't think it is that important. Right, I'm not yet sub 10, so I can't say, but even I know different channel guys like Cubix, he's sub 10 and he has only one base color. He's not color neutral, so I don't think color neutral is such an important thing even then. But then again, if you're color neutral, you may get easy cross solves, but how many moves is that going to be? Maximum, even if it's a really easy cross case, you may have to use at least 3-4 moves, right? So from what I know, any cross case can be solved in 8 moves or less. So I think that'll be like a 4 move backlog, and that's not really a big deal. So from the cross case wise, I don't think it's really a big difference, and who knows, probably even if you didn't have an easy cross case, you may be able to preserve a certain F12. There are different cases, it's not just about the cross, right? So the cross to F12 transition. So yeah, that's one major thing. But then all this comes in as part of the 3x3. If you do move on to the 4x4s, now start with the 4x4. So now I don't know about other cubers, but the way I go is I start off with my white center. I make my white center first, and then the yellow, and then so on, right? The centers. So I'm always used to a certain pattern. So if I were given a so-called shuffled cube where I had about 3 red centers already done, I wouldn't be able to use them because I have to start with my white first, because I'm used to solving my white center first. Remember, these are the centers. So that's a huge backdrop when it comes to 4x4s. And yeah, this is where I think color neutral is mostly important in 4x4 as long as I see it. Again, if you go to 5x5s, the number of pieces cancel out the advantages of being color neutral as you go on. I think it's most important in 4x4s, and in a way I think it's even important in 2x2, but then 2x2 you will almost be color neutral because you just pick a side and go for Ortega method, you just start solving, right? So it's not that important 2x2 as long as I see it. And 3x3, it can be cancelled out if you can compensate for it with your speed. And unless you're like the Felix MDX Maxwell, that level, being color neutral isn't a big thing. Even the Maxwell, he solves only on green or blue, so you can pick him out as an example. And yeah, I think it's mostly useful only in 4x4, so it's not a big thing even if you're not color neutral, because 4x4s, I think you need it a lot and you will face difficulties otherwise. That is how I see it. And yeah, if you go on 5x5s, 7x7s, I don't think it matters anymore because there are a lot of pieces. Even if you have like 3-4 together, I think you'll still move. Like if you're in the competition, I think you'll still start off with your favorite color, and that's how it goes. Yeah, so that was about the usage of color neutrals in different areas. Now if we were to pick out a certain solve in 3x3s, say being color neutral, I would say I was partially color neutral, as I said. So after doing around 500 solves on any given side, I was able to confidently say I'm color neutral, but then my average did go up by about 2 seconds. So I was in the 19-second range, and I fear that I may not be able to get to the final, so I started solving only on white again, so I am back to normal now, and that's why I was unable to, you know, I didn't want to risk being color neutral in a competition. So unless you're really into it, I think many cubers will tend to get back to normal during competitions, and at the end of the day just get back to normal. You're not going to be color neutral. So it's not really a big thing color neutral anymore, so I just wanted, that was my entire point. I just wanted to get that point across to my viewers. And yeah, so don't be sad if you're not color neutral. If you do want to be color neutral, start solving. Just pick out any random center, just any random color, and start solving on that color. And don't just solve red continuously for like one day and then solve white continuously for one day and so on. That's not going to work either. So what you want to do is just pick out any random centers. I do like around 50 solves per day, timed. So if you have to do around 50 solves, just pick out, you know, 1 1 1 1 1, just go around. Don't just stick to one color and solve. That's not going to make you color neutral as well. So yeah, you can actually cancel out the advantages of another cube's color neutral personality if you are extremely good at the cross, because at the end of the day it's plus or minus 4 moves advantage you're going to have. Even the easiest cross I think would be like at least 3 moves long, so you can cancel out that. Yeah, so that is my point of the entire video. So don't worry, even if you're not color neutral, many cubers out there like you. And yeah, just want to get an interesting topic into it today. Well then, until my next video, see you, bye bye, happy cubing.